You wanted more recipes? You've got more recipes. And I promised that if I got my hands on any of the episodes, or the Royal Edition in general, that I'd play it all. And that's what this is all about. Thank you, Xbox Live Gold, for making the entirety of the Royal Edition free! As opposed to the poor saps who paid $50 for that. Wow! Yeah, you guys got completely hosed. And for anybody who defends Square Enix's decision to make Final Fantasy VII Remake episodic, well, this game is a total of 135 gigabytes. The Final Fantasy VII Remake is only 50, but there's only 3 parts. It's not that big of a game. And yeah, maybe you'll be spending all day, or at least about 5 or 6 hours downloading the game. But you know what? You'll have the whole game like this. Oh, and for the record, that also meant the DLC weapons and costumes too that came with the Royal Edition was free on Xbox Game Pass as well. So, yeah, Square has no excuse. They have absolutely no excuse at all. While I like the Final Fantasy VII Remake, they should have just released the whole thing on the day of its release. I would already have beaten Sephiroth by now. I haven't actually did that yet, but we have already beaten Sephiroth by now. We've been already beaten the remake. It would have been fantastic, glorious in all of its design. And there wouldn't be people complaining about the model of Square's episodic release. But you know how Square does. I mean, Luminous Studios is over it. Just like they were over this game. And then they gave Tabata the boot before any of the other episodes would have been released. So Arden was the last one, and all the updates that came with Arden and the Royal Edition came here. So with that said, that also includes the quest we're going to right now, which was a temporary crossover between Final Fantasy XIV and 15, which I do believe no longer existed. You would have gotten, like, rare weapons that only would have been available during the crossover, but at the same vein, that would have meant you'd have to play that whole, what we're about to play right now, over and over again to grind for those. Oh no, not again! Even in this game, this controller's acting up. I'm gonna have to get a new one. I really will. But for now, let's work with what we got and head over to this place here, which, by the way, this place, that is the Kothis area. I mean, the Kothis gas station, I do believe. And here, in this shed, we find this poor lady crushed by a Wait, where's your legs? Holy shit! Your legs are broken. I'm sorry. Your legs are broken. I've seen what Fat Chocobo has done in Final Fantasy VII. By the way, they reused that same model for Fat Chocobo. And yeah, Fat Chocobo is nothing to sneeze at. So you're dead, lady. You're dead. Okay, let's go help him. By the way, if you actually have the greens to help him, which you're going to have to go all the way back to Wiz's Chocobo farm to get him, you can just bring him here to help her. And give this to the poor lady that's crushed by the Chocobo.
Take it easy up there, will ya? Thank goodness. Oh, thanks so much. You're lifesavers.
Don't sweat it. After all, helping people's what hunters do best.
Whoa now. Easy there, tough guy.
Hunters?
You know, people who slay wild beasts and stuff.
Oh, so you're like adventurers. I'm Yajime of the Y Tribe.
The what tribe?
so glad I ran into you. I have the perfect quest for you adventurers. You know that big walled area nearby? Something terrible is about to happen inside.
You mean the Imperial base? What are they plotting within?
They're preparing to perform a divine summoning. They're going to summon a god.
Right.
As opposed to...
I believe the name speaks for itself.
And you're not freaking out? If that wicked primal shows up here, this world will be in big trouble, you know? You don't want that to happen, do you? You have to help me, please.
Okay, jeez.
Oh, great. Here, take this link pearl. We can use it to keep in touch with each other.
Slow down a sec.
Let's be sure to meet up again a little later. All right, adventurers. See you soon.
Hey, wait up!
Guess she wasn't listening.
For those of you who don't know who Yijime is, and I didn't, unfortunately, because I didn't play Realm Reborn, because after I played the very first Final Fantasy XIV, I dropped it because it was everything like Final Fantasy XI except worse. And after 14 got nuked, but somehow 11 is still alive, Realm Reborn came about. And one of the tribes in Realm Reborn is the Mikote tribe. That's where Yijime hails. This is a crossover between 14 and 15. However, 14 already crossed over with one game, and, well, let's just say Lightning's Return was not the best game to do that. Yeah, I mean, I understand people wanted to... I understand that Square wanted to have people like Lightning more, and wanted to make her like what she was supposed to be in the original 13. This busty, classy, well, somewhat classy and flirty lady, but unfortunately, due to the fact of 13-2 completely and totally focusing on Sarah and doing away with whatever emotions Lightning has already had, well, the damage was already done, and Lightning's Return was just a pain. And I wanted to auto-skip this, but we were actually not too far from where we need to go. We're going to Prepetuss Keep. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Prepetuss Keep, that was where Ravis kicked the crap out of Gladio. And oh yeah, that happened. That pause. Sorry about that, folks. It tends to happen a lot in the actual game, but it didn't do it too much. That was the first time it actually happened. But on that note, we're just gonna go straight to the door. I had to stop for a second. Oh wait, that's why there was a pause, because I was checking the time. That's why. Sorry about that. With that said, let's go and examine the door.
You gonna get that?
How am I supposed to get it? Like, this?
Oh, hi there. It's me. Yijime. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Oh, perfect. Now we can talk to each other any time.
Okay, listen, first... Never mind. Where are you?
Inside the walls. I found a place where I can see what they're up to.
You're already inside? Look, we're on our way. Just stay put.
All right. Be careful, adventurers. The voids then come out at night, and you most certainly want to steer clear of them, so you'd better act while the sun is up. See you soon.
She's not joking, you know. Those voice bents are not anything to play with. You thought demons were bad? Pfft, void bents will beat the shit out of you, because they're probably at level 60. But, whatever the case, folks, I wouldn't want to tangle with void bents, so we're going in and we're going to complete this mission. Oh, and for the record, get used to seeing this mission, because there is a certain shop at the end of it where you're going to have to do this mission over and over again and actually have to, you know, do battle with the boss here repeatedly and actually hit her in certain areas in order to get enough stuff for you to customize weapons. Yeah. I'm not going to be doing that. And do you want to know why? Because it's not going to be easy to get the items needed. It really isn't. I mean, you could score a break, but sometimes they don't drop an item, even if you have the ability to make them drop more items. But on that note, let's go on ahead and proceed through. Wow, this is Prepetuss Keep.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
After the Empire withdrew its troops, this base remained completely barren until now.
Jimmy? Where are you?
Hey! Hey! Can you see me? Up here! There's something I want to show you. Do you think you can possibly make it over this way?
On my way. Stay right where you are. She's got something to show us. I'll go.
By yourself?
Yeah, it's faster that way. And who knows what she'll do if we take too long.
Good point. We'll stay here and take care of whatever comes our way.
Oh great, more platforming. Noctis is not made for platforming, Square. You even made it yourself with Prepetuss Dungeon. But, here we are. We got a platform. So, we're gonna have to reach over to where she's at. All the way in the boonies!
You can climb up around there and make your way over.
Thing about Yijime, I forgot to mention. Yijime and pretty much the entirety of the Mikote tribe in general does not know how to sit down. They must jump into action. They must do something to keep their minds interested. Because if you see a lazy Mikote, that means something is terribly wrong with it. Plain and simple. On the plus side, I'm trying to actually get to the area where I need to be, and I totally forgot. I've already beaten this before. It's just the fact that it doesn't save. I forgot to mention that minor detail. You can't save anytime here. Like, at all. You have to complete the mission in order for you to save. And you have to complete it during the daytime, because it's not available during the night. Okay, I gotta jump across. Ooh, a cat. I think it's through that cat that you'll start to get where you need to go. And also, if you do get to higher ground, you're going to end up getting warp points. So you'll bounce back up if you happen to fall off. And trust me, I'm gonna fall off because it's me. Not like I want to, not like I try to, but Noctis not made for platforming. And, oh, we're gonna come to the part about that in about a few seconds. Just, let me get a little bit closer here. We're gonna have to climb up these stairs. And we're gonna have to jump up these boxes. Yeah, if anybody's seen my run of Prepetuss Dungeon, I am not good at it. And Noctis definitely not good for platforming. So now, here's where the platforming begins. We're gonna have to try to balance our way around and not fall off of the box. We need to get over to the crane and try to... God damn it. Save myself from a fall. But if you've gotten to a certain point, you can warp strike up to the point and get back to and regain your footing. Honest to God. Oh wait, I could actually warp strike back over to that area. honestly, I should need to warp... Oh, god damn it! Cut. Well, after all the times I fell off, I think we probably got it this time. Come on. Don't fall off again. It's gonna be a tightrope walk, isn't it? Unfortunately, we don't have the button to balance Noctis and keep him from falling off of this crane, basically. So now, we just need to easily go straight over to... What's-her-face? I mean, Yijime, that's right.
You made it! I'd expect nothing less from an expert adventurer.
Right. So, what was it you wanted to show me? And what the hell's up with those ears and that tail?
First, what I wanted to show you. Here, why don't you use this telescope and see for yourself?
I don't know.
Alright, we'll be scouting around to see what's going on. There's 3 places of importance that we need to look for. Whichever first place you spot... Oh, by the way, I was checking to see what time I had. It was just a actual pause. But still, whatever the first spot you find, the last spot, there's 2 specific things to find before finding the last spot.
They're getting ready to perform
The first spot happens to expose these Ixali beastmen, who are flailing their arms like they're a bunch of, well, morons. Okay, more along the lines of they're waving their hands in the air and wave them like they just don't care. Hey! Ho! Hey! Okay, you're doing that wrong. You're seriously doing that wrong. But in all honesty, they just don't care. Because they're going to summon Garuda, which is probably the worst thing to ever happen in this game. Let's put it to you like this. For some reason, in Final Fantasy XIV, Garuda's a very tough boss. Here, you don't want to have to deal with her because, well, unlike with 14, Noctis doesn't have the necessary buffs to deal with it. I say that and I'm going to end up wrecking her shit. But whatever the case, the next thing you want to examine is that teleporter. And of course, Upload Studios ended up cutting out before I could actually get the dialogue for the teleporter. Now, we're gonna have to, after we're done with this cutscene here, move around and check the areas. Because there's like 2 left we need to locate. Well, they're not actually part of the mission, but you have to locate them first before locating the final spot to actually discover. And the first thing we need to find is the Chocobo. Okay, okay, she's well developed.
Hey, it's that Chocobo.
Okay, not really, but still.
What's he doing
You
here?
find the Chocobo first,
partner, you know.
which, by the way,
I can't
seeing
really
as
look
how
after him
he's
properly
the
while I
companion
deal
of
with my
Yijime,
research, so
he's going
thought
to
I'd
be
let everyone know,
everywhere.
Which happens to be quite a lot.
Wherever she goes, anyway. So he's practically in the line of fire. Oh, don't worry, we won't be riding him. So on that note, I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing that we won't be riding him, but just the fact that, even if you rode a Chocobo in the earlier games, it would try to buck you off sometimes.
What are those spheres moving around down there?
They're
Or I think
moving
that was
now?
only 13.2.
That's
Yeah, it was
funny.
13.2 where it tried to
I'm pretty
buck
sure
you
they were
off.
stationary when I escaped from this place.
Alright. We found out that there's enemies there that will self-destruct, which means only one thing. We need to find that statue. Oh, first we need to find Kitty Crow.
Are you admiring
And
that
yeah,
black
the last
Apollo
time
over there?
Noctis
Isn't he
had
the
sat
cutest
with
thing?
Kitty Crow, the
Oh,
statue came to
I
life,
just wanna take him home with
gave
me.
him a hug, and gave him a soft drink. Hold on one
Based from
second.
experience, you do not want to get
Oh,
anywhere
sorry,
near
someone
it.
was revving up a motorcycle in the backyard. My bad. But this is the statue we need to look for, and it looks
You have come
rather
across one of
strange
your
and
adventures?
peculiar, but one thing is for
I can
sure.
sense the ethereal
You
power of
will
the wind
need,
flowing through that statue.
well,
I
a wind
suspect
spirit
it has
in order
something
for
to
it
do
to
with the
take
divine
down,
summoning of Garuda.
whoever it is in charge.
I guess we'd better go check it out.
So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we found all 3 areas, we've done some scouting, and we pieced together what is going on and what is about to happen, so let's meet up with the others.
Well, I should about cover it. Probably can't get into the ritual area just yet. Maybe we better start by checking out that statue.
Sounds good. And I'll go with you this time.
That's quite a story you brought back down with you. No wonder you took so long.
I'm kind of jealous. Sounds just like a video game.
But we mustn't treat it like one. Still, we've seen our fair share of fantastical happenings, so we can't write it off outright.
Yeah, Jimmy seems genuinely worried about the whole thing. Least we can do is go check it out.
Oh, thank you. You adventurers are the best.
Alright, we got the gist of what we need to do. We need to head for that statue. But first, we're gonna end up running into a battle. So, as soon as we open the door, get ready to battle. Because those things
Watch out, Jimmy!
from 14, they are a pain in the behind.
I'm going all out.
Just don't get too...
And why are they a pain in the behind? Magic does not work on them. And yet they explode with extreme prejudice.
Leave the healing to me.
Even if Noctis was at level 99, he still would be actually taking some damage.
Task at hand.
Watch yourself, Noct!
Well, we still got 8 more balls. Well, we used to have 8 more balls left. Now we only got 1. And this one's already done. So now we can just continue on
That
and
takes
go.
care of that.
Tell me, what sort of magic were you using?
Just a simple curative spell. I'm only a novice.
No way! You're out of this world! Literally.
You sure saved our skins. Just don't forget to
Alright,
save your
we've
own.
met our mission. Oh, sorry. Cutscene wasn't over. My bad. Now we've met our mission objective. Let's examine the statue and just keep on going.
So, is this that statue you talked about?
Not simply any statue, it's an artistic interpretation of the emissary of the winds. One of the messengers.
A friend of Gentiana's?
She never said anything about him.
Well, it's not surprising. Likely because the only tomes that mention it are of dubious origin. Her name has been lost to the ages. No one's sure it ever existed at all.
The Empire seems pretty sure. I mean, check out all this equipment. They're doing some serious research.
I'd like to inspect it as well. There's something unusual about it. A strange power slumbering within.
Who cares about some forgotten chunk of Imperial rock? I think we've got more important business on our hands.
Indeed, the Ixal. Considering the way those sentries attacked earlier, I'd say the Beastmen have begun using the base as their own.
Then I say we let sleeping statues lie and go kick some Beastman butt.
All right.
So now that we've got the statue already discovered, let's head over to the teleporter. Which, by the way, has to be that way. Yes, that way.
Check it out!
Meteor shards? The
And
Beastmen must be using them.
they're using meteor shards, which is also a thing from Final Fantasy XIV, to summon Garuda, which means we gotta hurry. Although there's no time limit, unfortunately, for everybody. Come on. Oh. I'm an idiot. Why did I do that? I couldn't reach it. Never mind. Let's just keep going.
So, do you think we're gonna have to
But,
go down with those Ixal?
We're gonna end up having to face the... well, somewhat face the Ixal, but instead we're gonna be taking on the Imperial forces. Which, by the way, the Imperial forces happen to have their Magitech all stolen from them by the Ixal. By the Ixai.
Well, we're glad you made it to
So, on that note, we're going to, or the Ixal, whichever one you want to call him. I can't pronounce their name right to save my life. I apologize for that. We're going to have to kill these security drones first, and then open the door. But before we do, we need to actually trigger them in a fight. Alright. I need to switch weapons. These things are gonna kill me. In case you probably haven't noticed, they blow up on sight. And plus they have a nasty range attack. Good news is, Yijime is here to heal you. And Yijime will constantly heal you. And it'll be as if your health has not completely lowered. Well, that is until later on. Ouch, my face. I keep forgetting that these things will constantly destroy you. By the way, they are immune to magic. So, yeah. The self-destruction is constantly happening, and Noctis is getting wrecked. I should have had a firearm, but I didn't think about it. That would probably be the only good thing that would actually help right about now is, well, with those things, is using a firearm against them so I won't actually get caught in the damn explosion. But on that note, I will see you guys next time on Final Fantasy XV when we continue in the Prepetuss dungeon to take down Garuda, because chances are we'll be too late to stop the summoning. This is RVMan985. See you guys next time. We're just getting started on the Royal Edition. Peace out.